Tyson Fury has come and given an update. He gave it in the last day or so on his Instagram page with regard to his next fight. Now, obviously, it's a never-ending story, this, so I'm not going to go into it in any great depth or anything like that, but more so the names we've heard. So, hoping it was Usyk going back to April, then it was maybe Joshua, then it was Dempsey McKean, then it was Otto Verleen, or not Otto Verleen, who was it? Jay Apataya, then it might have been back to next week. It's a bit all over the shop, right? It's a bit all over the place, but he's gone on to say here that he can't wait for us all to see what he's got coming. It's show-stopping, is the words he used. Now, Tyson Fury last week, I think about this time last week, thereabouts, was saying that an announcement was imminent. Now, for me, I would interpret imminent to be within the next 48 to 72 hours, thereabouts. A week later, we still haven't heard anything. So, I am wondering what's going on. You know, the Wilder situation, obviously, because that's, you know, many people were mentioning, he's obviously looks like he's going to go and fight with Ruiz, although there's a bit of issue there, I think, with regards per splits. Usyk and Dubois. I'm being glasses half full, lads. I'm being glasses half full. I'm going here. Usyk and Dubois is yet to be announced, right? Now, lest we forget, Dylan White was only mentioning the fact that the fact that their fight wasn't announced, and God knows what's going to happen with that. But given the fact that we're into July this week, so you couldn't have close. So for Joshua to fight in August, you're talking roughly 6 weeks, if even, of preparation. Not in terms of the fighter, I'm sure he's well prepared, but in terms of marketing, promotion, etc. With Alexander Usyk, he's fighting a fortnight. Apparently, the date they're talking about is 24th of August for Dubois. It's a fortnight after. You'd still want to promote that. Certainly, well, they're talking about doing it in Poland, near where Usyk's home country is, so probably wouldn't be that hard of a sell there. But Dubois is not a pay-per-view star or anything like that here, so it would be a bit of a sell. But we've heard nothing on it. So I'm wondering, lads, I'm just wondering, because who was it? Was it Bob Arum who said it about a week or a fortnight ago, excuse me, that Tyson Fury, what he would rather is for both him and Usyk to just wait it out until December. Now, that's obviously not ideal, and apologies, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat here, but that's obviously not ideal for both guys to wait out until December. Because that would mean, there we go, that's fixed it. That would mean that Fury's out of the ring for a year, and Usyk's out of the ring for about, 14, 15 months, 16 months, thereabouts, in around that. So both guys wouldn't be at their sharpest, but it would mean you take away any risk of either guy losing before they have their immediate fight. You know, because it is heavyweight boxing. Whilst I wouldn't imagine if Fury does have an interim fight, if he does, it's going to be anybody spectacular. Some give Dubois more of a chance than I do, right? Now, I don't give him much of a chance against Usyk, but he does have power there. He's very physically strong, and you just don't know if Usyk has an off night, he gets a bit lackadaisical. For one thing I would say, I think Daniel Dubois would be more willing to go for it and let his hands go than Anthony Joshua was. Because Dubois, although he has quit in a fight, although he's been dropped, it never deterred him from really going and grabbing the bull by the horn and letting his hands go. And he's never been, against Joe Joyce, he was beaten, but it was more the damage to his eye. He wasn't bounced off the canvas a couple of times. Against Lorena, he was dropped in the first round, and then he was obviously dropped 2 more times, but they were more so, the other 2 knockdowns anyway, was more so him panicking. That's more what it was. It was more like, what do I do? Go down. Not necessarily being hurt, just go down. So he wasn't beaten, and then he obviously came back and stopped him. So he probably would be more willing to exchange and let his hands go with Usyk, even if he's behind. But again, we haven't heard that fight be announced. So could it be, lads, that potentially we're going to get Fury versus Usyk announced? I know I'm going there, but I'm a glasses half full type of guy. Maybe it's been ironed out, because we've seen footage of Usyk training today as well. Seen footage of Usyk training. Could have happened. Because, look, I for one do think that if the right amount was offered, which we're hearing it could be in the multi millions, Fury would take the Usyk fight. He is not afraid of Alexander Usyk with regards. He's not even afraid of him himself. He's not afraid of going in there because he's afraid of what Usyk will do to him or because his punches hurt or anything like that. Tyson Fury is a risk-reward type of guy. And I'm sure with Usyk, he was looking at him thinking, massively high risk. Fury's not stupid. He knows his body and he knows what is good and what's bad in terms of for him to look good against and not look good against. And I'm sure there's injuries there. There has to be. So he's probably looking at Usyk and thinking, unless I get a king's ransom, I don't want to. Not because I'm afraid of him, but I'm afraid of losing. At the end of the day, he's wanted for so long to get to where Anthony Joshua is. You know, when Joshua was the main guy in British boxing, he was always trying to downplay him. He was always picking against him, which is one thing I find so ironic about John Fury, because with John Fury, I remember when Carl Frampton picked against Tommy Fury against Jake Paul. Picked Jake Paul to win that fight. And obviously John Fury got up and was just unnecessary, to be honest with you, but just really just up on Carl Frampton, you know, how dare you, and this, that and the other. And he was more upset because he was like, you're picking an American over a Brit. Do you not stick, pick with your own or follow your own? And it's like, you literally pick everyone to beat Anthony Joshua. Everyone. You pick Charles Barton to beat Anthony Joshua, and you're saying Carl Frampton, he's not being loyal and picking the British fighter. It's like, do you understand? But he's wanted to get to where Joshua is. And now he's there. And he's seeing, once Joshua took the L against Ruiz, it went, and it's been going down there flat out. He doesn't want that. So if he has to take that risk, he wants a king's ransom. And, well, he's probably going to get a king's ransom to fight Alexander Usyk. So could we get that fight announced? Let's see. Let's watch the space. Lads, I'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry if I'm a very raspy in this. I don't know why I was talking fine all day until I sat down to record. These things happen. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hope you enjoyed the video, people. Smash the like button if you go. Hit subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. For now, lads and lassies, I'll leave you with that. I'll chat to you tomorrow. Peace.